Hey, I'm back. Hey, Sean Carter back with your comedy tip of the week. This is comedy tip number 4. And if you're following this, probably you're a new comedian or aspiring to get up on stage soon, or maybe you just like to listen to me talk. I don't know. But this week, the tip is be nice to the staff. So this will get you pretty far in comedy. Actually, everybody thinks that the most important thing in comedy is to be funny, but in fact, it is for people to like you. And some of those people are the people that work at the comedy clubs that you're going to be at. It's pretty important that they like you, including the booker, the bartenders, the servers, the hosts. Everybody that's there should want to talk about how great you were when you left, not just on stage, but off stage. That's going to be helpful. But before we get to, you know, what you're going to want to do once you're a working comedian, you're making money, let's talk about just at an open mic level. So oftentimes open mics in bars and restaurants and stuff uh, aren't necessarily the most profitable thing at that establishment. So if you've got 20 comedians coming in every week and they're all being rude and they're not buying anything and they're not tipping, that open mic is not going to last very long. But if you have 20 comedians coming in every week and they are buying food or drink at that establishment, they're kind to the wait staff, and people are generally having a good time, well, that open mic's probably going to last a lot longer and provide you a lot more opportunity to get on stage. And a lot of times, the people that decide whether or not an open mic continues at a bar or restaurant, it may not be the person that manages that restaurant. It might be the bartenders, because somebody has to be there to bartend. And if nobody wants to do it, if nobody wants to work that shift, if everybody thinks that comedians are terrible when they come in there, then that's just not going to exist anymore. So be kind to the staff, be kind to the servers, be kind to the hostess or host, bartender. That will give you more opportunity as far as open mics go. And now at a comedy club, I'm probably going to have an open mic anyways, but wouldn't you like to be known as one of the nicer people at the open mic? Wouldn't you like for the bartender to tell the manager or the booker how nice you are? Because if they already think that you're funny and then they hear that you're nice, they're probably going to be more likely to give you work. You're probably going to move up faster at that club, right? Now, when you're visiting a different club, we all have our home club where we start out, and then once you start working and getting on the road, when you're visiting another club, it's also going to be important to be kind to everybody that works there, because, again, they're going to talk to the booker, they're going to talk to the manager, and again, if you're funny on stage, you can do your job, you're reliable, you're on time, you stick to your time, all that stuff, and the staff really likes you, you're gonna be brought back more often than if that's not the case. Now, I'll give you an example of why it's always important to be nice to the bartender. Um, One is sometimes the bartender is related to the owner or is the owner. Oftentimes here at Blue Ridge Comedy Club, I'll be working the bar, or my wife Sarah will be working the bar, and you might be a new comic and you're giving us a hard time. Not that I expect a big tip or something, but uh, if you're rolling your eyes at me because I poured you 5 ounces of wine instead of 8, it's probably not my favorite thing out of a new comic. Um, so I'll give you an example of a time that a comedian made kind of a poor impression on me because of their interaction with the staff. The staff, in this particular case, was me. I was bartending because they offered to come through and do a show here. This comedian was a little bit probably better known than some comics that we've had through here. They had a little bit of a following. And They came through on a weeknight, so it was already a little bit slower. We offered them 100% of the door. And so the only money that we were making was on the bar. And this comedian came up and he asked for a glass of red wine, which I gave him. And then he was upset with the amount of the pour. He wanted more wine in that glass. And so I gave him more wine in his glass. And then he walked away without even offering to pay for it. And free drinks are not part of what we had talked about. And I'm not opposed to giving comedians free drinks at all. But situation to situation, week to week, you know, it's always different. So when you're making 100% of the door and the only thing that we make money off of is the bar, I would say that you should at least offer to pay for your drinks. Um, and I'll probably be like, don't worry about it. But, to just take it, be rude, walk away, I'm never going to bring that person back here again. So, just an important reason to be nice to the staff. All right, I hope that this was helpful. If you want to sign up for Stand Up 101 and get more tips in person here at Blue Ridge Comedy Club, we run a Stand Up 101 class. It's 8 weeks long. There's usually 6 or 7 people in it. It all culminates in a graduation show after the 8 weeks. And it's a lot of fun. So if you want to do this in person and be able to ask questions instead of me just giving you weird examples, and workshop with your new friends, and then 6 to 7 p.m. every Wednesday we do that, and then 7 p.m. to 8 we have a little sign-up sheet, and then 8 p.m. on we have an open mic, so you can come try out what you've been working on every Wednesday night here at the Blue Ridge Comedy Club. And you can do that whether you're in class or just interested in doing stand-up comedy. It is an open mic. All right, have a great week.